when you're fighting for the money and not legacy, every young fighter just follows that pattern. And it's not fair. It's not fair to the organizers, the people putting up the money, the promoters, you know, the fans especially. The fans want to see good fights. Let's go. It's the fighter's job to give the fight fans good fights.
I mean, he was never hurt. Like he says, oh, you know, he overwhelmed me, but it was good. But at least, you know what? We showed the boxing world a good fight, because the weekend, Friday and Saturday sucked, man. This is the way you're supposed to be showing the people some good fight. Huh?
Was it too early of a
It
stoppage?
was a little too early.
Too early?
Yeah, because he was moving, he wasn't getting hit. But like Tom said, you know what? I'm here for your safety. So it is what it is. Ramon said, he never hurt me. I mean, yeah, he stunned me here. He goes, he's got good power, but not to completely finish me. But he overwhelmed me with the speed. He goes, at times he threw like 8, 9, 10 punches, and I just got overwhelmed because of the speed. That's it. But hey, it was a great fight.
Bob, what'd you think of the Inoue performance?
It's entertaining, and he's a great fighter. It's the whole package. That's what you need in boxing.
Do you think he saved the weekend?
It was certainly the best fight of the weekend.
What plans do you think you have for him at 122 now? Is it MJ in September?
He's going to fight in September.
So how do you feel in this? I feel good. You know, ultimately, I mean, it is what it is. You know, whatever the outcome of the fight happened, but I feel good. I feel excited. I'm just happy and blessed to be here. And I mean, again, the best is fighting the best, brother. That's what boxing should be about.
Did you feel you had him out in that second round? Because he dropped really bad.
Honestly, bro, I didn't see the knockdown. I didn't see the knockdown. I hit him, and I just hear everybody kind of fucking start screaming and stuff. But I noticed it when I walked off, you know, like when I turned around. But other than that, I mean, again, you know, I don't know how to explain
everything that they described. Like, were you impressed overall by what you saw and what you faced tonight?
You know, yeah. You know, again, he's pound for pound one of the greatest fighters ever, really. Like I said, you know, it wasn't so much the power, because I've gotten hit a little harder from other fighters. It was more the overwhelming that he would throw 6, 7, 8 punches at a time. And I was just like, oh, shit. You know, it was never, you know, like I told the ref, you know, when he stopped the fight, I was like, I'm good. And the ref was like, no, I got to save you from yourself. And I was like, fuck. You know, like I was disappointed. But, I mean, it is what it is. You know, I'm never going to argue with the ref on why he does stuff or why he does what he does. You know what I mean? Maybe he saw something that I didn't. But, yeah, I mean, again, he's pound for pound great. You know what I mean? I just wanted to come out and show the fans and prove, like, hey, man, you know, boxing has to go back to like my trainer said, you know.
The fight between Naoya Inoue and Ramon Cardenas finally went down, and it was one of the most talked about matchups in recent memory. Fans have been counting down the days, throwing out predictions, and debating every detail. The buzz was non-stop leading up to it, so let's kick things off by looking back at what everyone was expecting before they stepped into the ring.
Really, he's the best. All fighters should be like him.
What makes him so good, Bob?
Well, look, athletes, they're good athletes, and they're great athletes. No question he's a great athlete. But the fact that he's trained the way he has, and the discipline that he has, and the fact that he is always polite and open to people, that really goes back to his culture. And the Japanese culture, particularly as he has acquired it, is certainly remarkable. And it's a real object lesson to all of our athletes in the West.
starting with Bob Arum, who might just be Naoya Inoue's biggest fan outside of Japan. He didn't come out with a clear prediction before the fight, but honestly, he didn't need to. His admiration for Inoue has never been a secret. From interviews to public appearances, Arum's respect for Inoue goes way beyond promoter talk. He was recently seen meeting Inoue before the fight, smiling for pictures, and showing that genuine pride only someone deeply invested in the sport can carry.
Inoue is not only pound for pound the best in the world, Inoue is the best fighter I've ever seen, no matter what weight category or anything. I have never, ever, in the almost 60 years I've been in boxing, seen anything like Inoue.
For Arum, it's not just about the knockouts or the belts. He sees something deeper in Inoue. He talks about him not only as a great athlete, but as someone shaped by relentless discipline and humility. It's the kind of praise that isn't handed out lightly, especially by someone who's been around the fight game for nearly 6 decades. Arum has said, without hesitation, that Inoue is the best fighter he's ever seen. Not just pound for pound right now, ever. Across all weight classes, across generations. That's coming from a man who's promoted legends.
Here's a question. I know that he's not in the same weight division. Everybody asks you about Inoue, you possibly facing him at, later sometime in the future. How do you see that fight playing out? He fights on Sunday with his opponent. Did you think he'll be victorious in that fight on Sunday?
I actually grew up with Juan Cardenas, his opponent, and I know he's bringing a lot to the table. He's a crafty fighter. He packs a punch, so it's gonna be an exciting night. I'm not gonna say Inoue's gonna win, or I'm wanting Inoue is gonna be a great fight for the fans.
Definitely. And when you guys face it in the future, how do you beat a monster? They call him the monster. 4 weight divisions. What would be some of the game plans? Maybe not you, but what would you tell someone? How do you beat a fighter like that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a coach, so as a fighter, I'll just go out there and do what I do, like I said earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
Number 1 for me is Inoue.
Woo! That's my number one too.
Yeah, I think that kid is like he's special. I think that kid is special. Power, speed, angles, precision. Like he has everything. I mean, his defense could get better, but he has the defense. Like his defense is more like distance than actual like high guard or like whatever. But he's more protective when there's things to worry about coming back. The times that I've seen him get caught, like against Louis Neri, it's more so I just don't respect you and I'm coming in so crazy, and he could get hit with a counter shot like in that way, which we saw. But Inoue is special, so I think he's number 1.
The Japanese fighter is the best fighter in the world. For my opinion on it, I'm nobody, but I think he's the best fighter.
Now on to Mike Tyson, who didn't hold back when it came to Inoue. His prediction was clear from the start. He was all in, no hesitation. Tyson had been following Inoue closely and made it known he wasn't just impressed, he was hooked. He called him a monster, and not just because of the nickname. The way Inoue moves, the way he delivers, Tyson saw it all. He wasn't surprised by the hype, he believed it.
That's wild. Hey, look up this young fighter called the Monster. You ever hear Monster?
No.
Japanese fighter called Monster. This is a monster.
Crazy dude.
Yeah, let's check him out, man. Ikuki, what's his name?
This guy, Naoya.
Yeah, let's look at some of his fights. He's a mean fella.
Where's he fight?
He's a Japanese, 118 pounds, but wow, he was like 108.
Boxing?
He's a mean son of a bitch. Oh yeah, you gotta see this bad motherfucker. He don't look like much. He's better than Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was blue like that. Just as good.
He looks like a fucking pop star.
Oh, wait till he get on these motherfuckers.
The most efficient hunting machine in all of boxing.
He's vicious. The monster. Oof. That's a badass guy he beat too. Broke him down. Ooh.
118?
Yeah,
who the hell fights in that fucking division?
Bantamweights.
Yeah, but who?
Some bad motherfuckers, yeah.
He pointed out how Inoue doesn't look like your typical knockout artist, but inside the ring, he's something else. Tyson liked that. The quiet look, the clean image, and then the switch flips. That's what stood out. Tyson even compared him to Manny Pacquiao, but said Inoue might be better. For someone like Tyson to say that, it's not just a compliment. It means Inoue has crossed into a different tier, the kind where skill, power, and mindset all come together. Tyson saw the fight as one-sided from the start. Inoue had it in the bag. Cardenas wasn't in the picture for him. Inoue was too sharp, too precise, and too ruthless. There was no mystery about how it would go, at least not for Tyson.
Inoue, the monster. top five, one or two, number 1 or 2 or 3. Well, number 1's Usyk. Let's leave that alone because of obvious reasons. And then Crawford in Inoue right there. He's got an opponent in front of him who has talent. An opponent in front of him who, of course, everybody's the naturally bigger guy for the most part with Inoue, because Inoue's moved up already so many weight classes from where he initially started this great journey. But he's got an opponent in front of him who's in front of him. See, that's it. That's Teddy Atlas's point here. He's in front of him. Anyone who's in front of him, he's going to get to him. He's going to get to him. You might catch him too, but he's already shown he could get off the floor. He could do what he has to do. He could behave like a champion, not only fight like a champion. He is a champion for that reason. And he is special for that. And he is elite because of that. Anyone who's in front of him, he's going to hit. And he's going to hurt. And he's going to finish. And I think he's going to do that again. I think he's got a live opponent, but he's got a guy who likes to do the Mayweather, imitate Mayweather, the shoulder roll. Not that Mayweather was the only guy, but Mayweather's the guy that made it a little famous, at least for the modern era. Where he does the shoulder roll and then he looks at counter you. He does that shoulder roll. He doesn't quite do it like Mayweather, though. Not quite. And you better be careful doing it with Inoue. Because when you do that, he's got good eyes in a way, not just good power. When you do it like this, in a way, he's not going to chase you here. He's going to say, aha, I see what's available down here. A right hand to the body. He's going to take what you give him when you do that shoulder roll. He's not going to go for it. He's not going to be tricked by it. He's not going to be miraged by it. He's going to say, oh, I'll take the body. You're giving me the body, I'll take the body. And then I'll go upstairs. And then I'll follow up. And I think that's what he's going to do.
Now Teddy Atlas, just like the others, he didn't need to hype anything up. His breakdown said enough. Atlas had Inoue right there in his top 3 side by side with names like Crawford. That says a lot. He wasn't talking in general terms either. He gave a sharp read on Inoue's style, his mindset, and how the fight would play out. Atlas focused on something simple but bruta. Inoue doesn't just fight what's in front of him, he finishes it. That was the core of his prediction. He mentioned that Cardenas has talent, maybe even some tricks, like trying to mimic that Mayweather shoulder roll, but to Atlas, it didn't matter. Inoue has already gone through the fire. He's shown he can get dropped, get back up, and stay in control. The way Atlas put it, Inoue doesn't fall for flash. You show him something, he reads it, breaks it down, and then takes it apart. If you open up the body, that's where he'll go. And once he finds that opening, he doesn't stop. Atlas was clear about it. Cardenas might show something early, but Inoue's precision would break through.
Explain kind of what you think of him as a fighter. You've kind of both progressed in the pound for pound rankings together over the years. When did you first start watching him and what do you make of him now?
I think I started watching him probably like a couple years ago, but he'll fight a fighter. He's definitely someone he got the whole package, I believe so. If you want to see a fighter that got the whole he's one of them. Definitely, for sure.
Even when it came to seasoned fighters like Gervonta Davis, it wasn't surprising to see him backing Inoue, but the way he did it carried weight. Davis didn't just show admiration, he called a potential fight with Inoue his dream matchup. That's coming from someone who trained under Floyd Mayweather's eye, someone who's held world titles in multiple divisions, and shared the ring with the likes of Leo Santa Cruz and Ryan Garcia. He's been around greatness for years, so when he talks, people listen. Davis said he started watching Inoue a few years back, and from the start, he knew this wasn't just another fighter. What stood out to him was that Inoue had everything: power, speed, timing, discipline. According to Davis, if you're looking for a complete fighter, Inoue is one of the names that comes to mind instantly. He didn't need to hype him up or exaggerate anything. It was just straight up respect from one elite to another.
I like, what's the guy from Japan? Inoue? Yeah.
Do you foresee potentially at some day you guys meeting together, maybe at a catchweight, or maybe if he keeps going up in weight?
Probably. Yeah. That would be like a fun fight. Crazy. Yeah, that would be a fun fight. Now that would be technical. That fight right there, like me and him. But I think I'll be too big for him.
Probably, yeah.
I'd be too big for him, yeah. But that fight would be like,
It's like a dream fight.
yeah, facts.
For Davis to openly say he'd love to step in the ring with Inoue takes it to a different level. It's not just about giving props anymore. That's a fighter recognizing someone who's making waves in the sport, someone whose skill set is so sharp, even his potential opponents can't help but be drawn in.
So this is since he's been the man, since he's been the top dog. This is him headlining a card on a Sunday, and I actually think Cardenas is game. But the only person that we've ever really seen give him a problem is the Filipino Flash, is Nonito Donaire. Nobody else has ever really given him a problem for 12.
He's a special fighter. I think to Omar's question, is he number one pound for pound? I'll give it to Usyk based on the merit of he beat a man half a foot taller, 60 pounds heavier. So
he's in the glamour division. It's hard to not give it to Usyk.
It is on merit. But if we're kind of putting that a little bit to the side for a moment and just making it about ability, right? He probably is pound for pound the most special fighter in the game. I think because of the fact that he's such a knockout artist and the chances and the way he believed, kind of like Manny back in the day with a different type of style.
It's a different flavor.
It's a different flavor.
Yeah.
But the way they believe in their speed and power and run red lights and take chances. And people will hear that and go, oh, now you're saying Inoue doesn't have defense. No, Inoue can shoulder roll. He's super athletic and bouncy. He moves his head. But the chin's up, and he, kind of like Pacquiao one day, had his moment. He'll probably have his moment one day, because live by the sword, die by the sword. He's that kind of fighter.
When it came to people who truly understood the fight game, boxing journalist Sean Zittel didn't hold back. He was fully behind Inoue. In his view, Inoue headlining a Sunday card wasn't just unusual, it was proof of his growing star power. As far as challenges went, Sean pointed out that the only man who ever really gave Inoue problems was Nonito Donaire. But even then, it was just for a brief moment. After that, Inoue adjusted, regrouped, and went right back to dominating like nothing had happened. Sean gave Ramon Cardenas his due, acknowledging his power, his dangerous left hook, and his willingness to take risks. He described Ramon as a tough Mexican fighter, someone who wasn't going to back down and would let his hands fly. But Sean made it clear that he didn't see Ramon as a serious threat. He pointed out that Inoue had already faced fighters with big punches and fearless styles. The one time Inoue had been hurt was with a left hand from Donaire, but that was years ago, and Inoue had only gotten better since then.
Has power, and Cardenas has a mean left hook, and Inoue, the one time he got hurt by Donaire, the left hook. The one time Neri dropped him, southpaw, the left hand. So there, and Cardenas, tough Mexican fighter, is gonna let his balls hang. He's gonna take some chances. So he has a chance in this fight. But Inoue is just so special. And we got to see that Nakatani fight.
Sean believed that Ramon might have a moment in the fight, that he would maybe land a clean shot early, but in the end, he saw Inoue breaking him down methodically. He expected Inoue to hurt him, control the pace, and close the show in typical monster fashion. The fight between Inoue and Cardenas was one for the books, with legends like Bob Arum, Mike Tyson, Teddy Atlas, Gervonta Davis, and Sean Zittel all backing Inoue. It was clear they saw him as something special. While some gave Cardenas a shot, the consensus was that Inoue's dominance would shine through. Let us know in the comments below, what did you think of these predictions? Do you think anyone can stop Inoue, or is he truly in a league of his own?